Jade, let's get up to speed. We know dealers are closely measuring their marketing spend. Automotive News reported how tariffs could now affect marketing spend. Dealers want to know exactly how and where to spend those marketing dollars. Cox Automotive commissioned a special report on this, all about marketing measurement and leads, specifically what makes a lead a lead. It's not necessarily what you'd think. Jade, what are some of the points that surprised you the most?
Well, we were quite surprised and we wanted the validation of someone else grading our homework. And most dealers are still relying, Emma, on last touch attribution or CRM lead tracking. But 92% of market assisted sales do not show up in a CRM system. And so dealers are missing the majority of their influence, and this leads to underinvestment in high performing channels like marketplaces and puts dealerships in a position of not protecting spend and compromising their return on investment. So multi-touch attribution gives dealers visibility into the full buyer journey so they can see what's actually driving sales and, most importantly, revenue.
This is really useful, seeing the sources of influence. Jade, one of the points that stood out to me was how the average car buyer interacts with over 62 touch points during their shopping journey, and that most dealers are only tracking two. The report shows that 48% of shoppers start on a marketplace, just 14% on a dealer website, and 8 out of 10 engage with a third-party website. What does that say to you about how the car buyer journey has evolved, and what should dealers be doing differently to stay competitive?
Emma, the buyer journey, it's longer, it's more fragmented, and more digital than ever before. And most dealers are only seeing the first and last step, as you mentioned, missing the other 60 plus interactions that shape the sale. And that means that they're only seeing about 3% of the tangible consumer activity. Marketplaces are often the first stop and many times also the last stop before purchase. And they're influencing decisions even when they don't generate a lead. So dealers need to adopt tools like multi-touch attribution to understand how all channels work together and invest accordingly, because their competition is. And there are going to be some big winners and big losers in this new technology area of consumer tracking.
Yeah, Jade, you and I do a lot of webinars together, and we do see this trend about doing more with less. And that's what this comes down to. This is a great report. It's a worthwhile read, I think, for every dealer. In your opinion, what's one action you'd recommend every dealer take today to start closing that gap between marketing activity and actual sales?
Well, start by shifting from lead volume to lead value. Move away from cost per lead and outdated metrics. Use a weighted engagement formula to assign value to all types of trackable shopper interactions: walk-ins, chats, clicks to website, calls, not just form fills. And then pair that weighted engagement ROI tracking with multi-touch attribution to get a full funnel view of what is working. And this helps dealers make smarter marketing decisions, optimize spend, and ultimately drive more profitable outcomes.
Jade, I want to thank you for talking to us today on Up to Speed.